Hey folks, welcome back to On the Bench. Today I'm going to tie up the Blue Dun Scud. It's fall and it's no secret that fishing scuds is one of my favorite things to do in the fall. And I have seen the Blue Dun Scuds in a few lakes like Lundbom and Kanoof. So make sure you have these materials handy before you tie the fly. For hook I'm using a Partridge of Redditch, the Grub SE hook in size 14. Thread I'm using 18-aught black nano silk. The ribbing material I'm using Semperfli wire 0.1 millimeter in ice blue. For the back of the fly, I'm using Uni Mylar in Peacock Orange, size 12. For the tail of the fly, I'm using a Pearl Crystal Chenille. And the body of the fly is Blue Dun Ostrich Herl. So I've gone ahead and laid down a base layer of nano silk. I like using the nano silk to tie scuds with. It helps make the heads a lot smaller. And I've just taken 3 pieces of the Crystal Flash. I'm going to use as a little shrimp tail. I really like this color. I use it on the Encore fly. You could use feather if you don't have Crystal Flash. Use like a partridge feather or something. Just give it a little bit of a something. Very small. Next I'm going to tie in my wire. So I've got the ice blue wire. If you don't have this color, just use silver wire, green wire would be fine too, olive. I've done it with both. I just happen to have this color, so I thought it would be cool to put it on there. And like I was saying in the intro, yes, I have seen blue scuds at several lakes, including Lundbom and Kanoof Lake, but I know they're in more than that, the same color. Dawn fishes a Blue Dun Scud as well as the BC Fly guys. So next I'm going to take the Uni Mylar and I'm taking it so that the orange is facing up because I want the peacock color to be my back. And I'm just going to tie it right on top. Let's give it a few wraps, making sure I went all the way back to my last wrap for the tail, like so. Now I'm going to take my body material, and I'm using the Ostrich Herl, the Blue Dun Ostrich Herl. If you want to tie an olive one, just switch it up to olive for this fly. You could use Scud back, obviously, as well. You don't have to use the Uni Mylar. I just really like the color of it and how it turned out. So tie that onto the back, and now I'm just going to wind it up. Carefully wind it up my hook. Hang on, I got it stuck on the thread. This is probably when the rotary feature could come in handy, that I don't use very often. I like to do it the old-fashioned way. Like so. And now I'm going to leave a good space for my head there. So one thing about tying scuds, they're so small. That's why they're such a pain to tie sometimes, is because the head, it's hard to get a nice neat head on scuds this small with all that material in there. Now I'm just going to take and wet my fingers and pull my ostrich herl down. And then I'm going to bring the back right on the top, tie it off. Three turns, and then I like to do a couple in front here. Just make sure that's locked down. Now I'm just going to clip this as short as I can and then tie over top of it. I'm just going to flatten it down with my thumb a little bit, making sure I'm going over top of it. Like I said, it's hard to get a nice, neat head. And the reason I'm using black, too, is because the scuds have, they have a black eyes. So it's basically to represent the eyes. Now I'm just going to take my wire. I'm going to make sure I bring it right at the back here for the first wrap. Got a nice long piece to play with here. And now I'm just going to wind it up the hook, just sort of zigzagging it through the body material, so I'm not trapping down too much of it. You can always pull it down if you are. And then, like so, bring it up, probably about 6 or 7 turns. and then tie that wire off. So pretty easy fly. It's just a little bit fiddly because it's so small. And you can break your wire off. Pull your scud back out and whip finish. And I always like to give it 2. I don't use head cement when I'm using nano silk. No need to. Like so. Give it a snip. And that's it, my Blue Dun Scud. Thanks for joining me on this edition of On the Bench. Take care, everyone. As always, conserve the waters and tight lines.